good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. It's amazing how you have to pivot sometime. At 11:30, this place was full again. It was packed. I've never seen so many cameras. I think CBS is still out there, ABC, NBC, and we were here for another event with Senator Durbin and Duckworth and Congressman Brad Snyder. But now we're here for an occasion that the city of North Chicago has been working very hard about. So I'm Leon Rockingham Jr., and I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you, especially the citizens and business owners in our community who have waited for this day to finally come. Going off script again, I was mayor. I became mayor in 2005. But this project started well before then. And I want to say, and I want to recognize the Mayor Betty Thomas, and that city council, who at that time decided they wanted to make a change in the city of North Chicago. And they said to themselves, if we're going to make that change, we've got to pull up our own bootstraps to do that. And they decided at that time they were going to change this site and make a development for a new economic development. So it's not me. I took on that vision that they had. They said that to make a change, we have to do this. And we bought into it, and we continue to move forward with it. But I wanted to recognize her, because as we move forward with this development, we're going through a rebranding. And during that rebranding, we have to have something to move forward on. And I think this remediation of this site helps us to do that. So this gathering today celebrates a milestone, the official start of the Sheridan Crossing Remediation Project. This remediation project is the first step of a critical investment in the community's future. It is part of a broader vision stimulating economic development, improving the quality of life, and investing in the next generation infrastructure. We see this property redeveloped into a new walkable downtown district, a hub of activity where one can come and live, work, and recreate. These 41 acres was left contaminated by the former industries owned who went bankrupt. The city of North Chicago took ownership of this land in 2006 and 2008, following that bankruptcy. It has taken this long. In fact, my chief of staff and I kind of commented that my remarks should start with 7 years ago. Well, it's taken that long. And I'm going to break away again because our contractors that are going to be doing this work here said that they were down in, East Chicago at a U.S. Steel plant, and it took 40 years before they can get this project done. So we're doing it at half the time because we are moving forward in a lot quicker time. So after years of being a vacant brownfield, we have secured federal and state funding to clean this site. This project will create construction jobs, and future developments is certain to offer permanent employment opportunities. This remediation project and future development will be the foundation of community pride, not only for today, but for future residents, family, and business owners. Our vision for this future development of this site is to make Sheridan Crossing the centerpiece of a new downtown, one that attracts new investments, serving both the residents of North Chicago and our nearby Naval Station Great Lakes. Envision a mixed-use development, entertainment venues, hotel, and restaurants. What we will have on this site is a clean canvas. And when I say a clean canvas, that environmental, those issues that we had with the IEPA and RCRA will be gone. And we can do what we wish to do on this site, which means a lot. And there's no person, no city, no county can do this alone. So I have a few thank yous, so please be patient with me. And I first want to say thank you to Congressman Brad Snyder. Let's give him yes. It is through him that has secured the lion's shares of funding to make this remediation project possible. You have always been a good friend to the city of North Chicago, and we are so fortunate to have you represent us in the United States Congress. To our county board chair, Sandy Hart, who was not able to make it, but we do have someone that will be doing some remarks. We want to thank her for her support and her leadership in this project. This is an intergovernmental agreement our respective staff worked on and our respected elected bodies approved to make us, to link us to this project from the beginning to the end. So we're in partnership with Lake County. They have worked with us to acquire these funds, and these funds will go through Lake County into North Chicago to make sure that this site is clean. To our County Board Vice Chair, Mary Ross Cunningham. Thank you. I know in our board chair, Angelo Cowell and Paul Franks, you guys have been instrumental, not only for this project, but the city of North Chicago, continually to work and make sure that we acquire those things that are necessary. Thank you. Thank you so much for all that you do and work for. The voices we are blessed with in Springfield are strong and relentless. So I want to thank Senator Adrian Johnson and State Representative Rita Mayfield for all that they do in regards to that. Senator Julie Morrison, thank you. Thank you for you do. And Bob Morgan. You guys are those that stand up for us. We appreciate it. There's a lot of times I know I reach out to both of you in regards to issues, and you've always stepped to the plate. We want to thank you so much for all that you do in regards to that. Mike City Council. I have words here. Says I want to thank my aldermen, past and present, for never giving up for our dream. Right. You've always wanted to make sure that North Chicago is better, and that's what you've done. My city council, just stand up. I want to recognize all of them. We have Alderman Murphy, Alderman Evans, Alderman Allen, and Alderman Brooks that are here today that are part of the city. I do want to recognize also, while I'm here, I'd like to recognize Vance White, our treasurer, who kind of keeps up to our money. And Lori, I know you don't like the limelight, but Lori Collins, our city clerk, please stand. These are people that makes our team. These are the people of the city of North Chicago that move that dream forward. And without them, we cannot move as a team, and North Chicago cannot work to make things better. I also want to say thank you to our city staff who do their jobs every day with passion. The ball is getting closer to the goal line because of their hard work. To the Deegan Group, Trotter Association, Bluff City Construction, and my good friend Jack Frigo. I want to say thank you for your hard work in the past, now, and in the coming months. They are here to work for us. And finally, before I take my seat, I want to say thank you to this wonderful community. Thank you for your input, patience, and support. This ceremony marks the end of what was and the beginning of what will be. So let's get started with the work. Thank you so much. God bless you. Next, I'd like to bring up our U.S. Congressman Brad Snyder to the podium. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It is so good to be here. And as the mayor mentioned, this is the second time we've been under this tent to talk about things happening in our community. I'm really excited to be here. And I want to recognize, I won't go through all the names, but all of our dignitaries and people who make this community truly, truly special. I'm proud to be here as part of this community. It is a very special place. The mayor talked about how long we've been doing this. Mayor, you and I met. I don't know why I've got this in my mind. I turned 64 last month, so I'm feeling my age in some ways. Because we met when I was in my 40s. We met at the Full Moon restaurant for breakfast. I talked to you. I was thinking about running for Congress. I wanted your opinion. Wanted to get to know you.
I was in my 50s.
Yeah. And we talked about a lot of different things. But one of the things we talked about was Sheridan Crossing. And it was a significant point then. I'll tell another story. We do a lot of different things. Last Friday, you'll see where I'm going here in a second. Last Friday, I had the privilege to visit a convenience store in the district. We do this thing, Brad at Your Business, where I go and understand how different things work. So I worked behind the counter and was selling lottery tickets. I said, well, I'm going to buy lottery tickets. There's $1 billion Powerball. Okay. Now, I have to tell you, I think about what I'm saying. I start getting in my head, so I'm thinking about preparing for this, but I'm really thinking about what would I do with $1 billion? I'm not making this up. That night, I had a dream of $1 billion, what I would do with it, where would I spend it, and I thought of Sheridan Crossing. Swear to God. So what you see here is a field of dreams, and that's meant to be. You were supposed to laugh. I don't know why that didn't work, but this is a field of dreams. This has been something that this community has been talking about, that the mayor has had a vision for 2 decades. It's hard to lose track of that, but it's important to recognize that if you hold on to that dream, it becomes reality, and that's where we are. I'm really excited about this. I was excited about it when I talked to Mayor Rockingham so many years ago, and that's why when we had the chance to advocate for bringing in federal money to help move this project forward, it was not a hard ask. It was an easy yes. It was a hard yes, and it was a commitment to let's get it done. And I'm proud that we were able to secure $4 million in federal funding. For a site that will become part of the heart of North Chicago. Across the street from Naval Station Great Lakes, which, as we talked about earlier today, every week almost 1,000 young people who decide to volunteer and say, I want to serve our nation, the men and women who go through basic training. Their families come from literally every state in our union, come to North Chicago to celebrate the service of their children, their brothers, their sisters, their family members, and they'll be able to celebrate North Chicago right here in what we see. It is so important that we redevelop this land, that we create new job opportunities, that we create a sense of community in this spot that has been barren for far too long. With the groundbreaking we're doing today, which I will emphasize that is clean dirt, just so you know, we are taking a step to transforming the 41 acres into a vibrant mixed-use development, which will include residential entertainment, a hotel for that Navy base I just talked about, and so much more. It's a project that's going to create jobs, strengthen our economy, and provide new opportunities and options for the residents of North Chicago and beyond who will come here to be a part of this. But it also shows what happens when our various levels of government work together. I've been doing this a long time now. I've been working with the mayor, as we said, going back more than 15 years. But it's not just the mayor, it's the city council, it's the county board, it's our state representatives and state senators. It is the collaboration we bring together. It's working with the police and the fire and it's good to see our public works guy. Last time I was with you, I think we were cutting a ribbon then too. So it's good to be together, whether it's replacing water mains or building future dreams, and that's what this is all about. So I can't wait to be back for the ribbon cutting for what is going to be here. I can't wait to see the possibilities that it's going to provide, and I'm so excited to be a part of this community and making life better for all of our residents for today and into the future. Thank you very much. It's now my privilege to introduce Lake County Administrator Patrice Sutton.
Chair Hart definitely sends her regrets. She did get caught up at another matter, so I am very privileged to share her comments with you. Good afternoon. It is an honor to be here with you today. While today we are celebrating the beginning of this project, the effort to get this moment has been nothing short of remarkable. Mayor Rockingham and the City of North Chicago have been working toward this for many years, and I'm proud to stand with them as well as with our federal, state, and local partners to kick off this long-awaited remediation project. This is a monumental step forward, one that represents both environmental and economic renewal for the City of North Chicago. Thanks to Congressman Brad Schneider's leadership, Lake County secured $4 million in federal community project funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, one of the largest HUD grants the county has ever received. Sheridan Crossing is one of several brownfield sites across our region that were abandoned or underutilized, carrying the burden of industrial pollution. For too long, communities like North Chicago have lived with these challenges. I want to recognize and thank the City of North Chicago for taking on the hard work of addressing a problem that it has been determined to solve. And once remediation is finished, this site is well positioned to reach its full potential. This will truly be a transformational project, one that will create new opportunities, strengthen the local economy, and improve quality of life for residents. I want to thank Deputy County Administrator Matt Myers, who did a lot of legwork in achieving these funds, and also County Board members Angelo Kyle and Mary Ross Cunningham, who've advocated for this for many, many years. Together, all of us here today are showing what's possible when all levels of government work together on behalf of our communities. And it's now my pleasure to introduce Lake County Board Vice Chair Mary Ross Cunningham.
Thank you, Administrator Patrice. Yes, I am the Vice Chair of the Lake County Board. Been there 23 years. This project, I came here in 1956, and we call it the American chessboard because he was born and raised here. We called it the script. This is what this was, and so much was going on here. I know it very well. I know the history down here. And so I am so happy to see this is being, the madam worked so hard, I know he have. I always ask Ed Wagner, I said, did North Chicago put in for any funds? Because I know how hard that the mayor wanted this done. He worked hard because people were saying, what you gonna do with it down there? What you gonna do with down there? So, Mayor, I applaud you for the work that you have done. And it's good afternoon, everyone. It is wonderful to be here with you today. I am Mary Ross Cunningham, Vice Chair Lake County Board, proud representative of District 9. Today is a big day for this community, one that's been a long time coming. Thanks to strong partnership with Mayor Rockingham and the City of North Chicago, combined with support from Congressman Brad Schneider, we are finally able to take the needed steps to clean up this site. Yes, this site. Years ago, this property was home to a metal casting factory. Since then, it's sat empty due to soil contamination. That's not just an eyesore, it's a health risk. But in the coming week, the work will begin to fix that. Clean up this site means a safer, healthy, neighborhood, especially for the residents and their children. Clean up this site means a safer. Once the site is clean, the city of North Chicago can begin redeveloping it into something that truly benefit the community. That's great. News for everyone who live here. This property can go from a problem to a real community asset. And now I am happy to introduce, he's not here, but I'm gonna bring the mayor back up.
All right, all right. Well, I know that we're going to go in and turn some dirt, but since Commissioner Kyle's not here, I'm going to kind of tell my story, okay? And if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to when, before I was mayor. And I used to look at this site. Congressman, you said what was here? You had Fan Steel, you had Lavin, you had a restaurant called the Talk of the Town, you had Mary's Cleaners, you had a Burger King that was closed up. You know, and when I came into office, that was already in the process. As I said, Mayor Thomas was already moving towards it. And we knew that the city of North Chicago, in order to get this project done, we had to get those buildings down. And we had floated a bond to start that work. And as I used to sit in my office, there was a tall smokestack that used to stand right here where Fan Steel was. And I says, until that smokestack comes down, this project will never get started. And we worked hard and diligent, and we finally got a point where we had enough money to take the buildings down. And when that smokestack came down, I was the one that pushed the plunger to make the explosive to bring it down. And we got the buildings down. We said, okay, we're ready to develop. And we went to contractors and developers said, okay, come to North Chicago because we're going to develop. They came and looked at it and says, Mayor, you're not ready. He said, you got the foundations of the buildings still there. And we said, well, wait a minute, we don't have money now because we took all the money and took the buildings down, and now we don't have money. But that was the same time we were reconstructing Martin Luther King Drive. And as we were reconstructing Martin Luther King Drive, the contractors came to us and says, Mayor, we don't want to haul all the rocks to come in to put the base in for Martin Luther King Drive. Can we use the base here? We'll bring in our own material, get the base out, and move forward. Excellent idea, you know? I mean, that was money that we didn't have to spend to get the material out. Got it out, we says, we're ready to go. All of a sudden, that was a time when the economy turned. It tanked. Nobody was building nothing. Everything went blank. And so when the economy, and I'll just say, when the economy started to come back, and I got to keep it real because that's the way I am, it went to the affluent communities around us. North Chicago has always seemed to be the kind of, it takes a while to get us motivated. So as they were starting to come back, then we started to move forward again. We had a contractor that said we wanted to come in and build because we had got a letter from the IEPA said if you build this way, we'll allow you to build. We got a contractor come in and says, okay, we're ready to go. We went to the IEPA and says, IEPA, this is what we're going to do. We'll meet your standards. All of a sudden they came back and says, no, we want higher standards. And we said, oh my gosh, what do we do? So again, project stalled. Contractors left. The builders left. We started working with IEPA and RCRA and the US EPA. Gary, again, I say thank you. Thank you for all your hard work and staying the course. We finally, after many years to this point, the IEPA and through Senator Congressman Brad Snyder, we got funding now. We've got dollars to clean this site up. Again, you guys don't understand. It's hard work. When you're going down to Springfield fighting for your city to say, come on, let us do this. Quit moving the goalposts away so that we don't have an opportunity to reach that goal. This remediation that we're about to start will get us out from under all of that. We will be able to do what we wish to do, like you say, mixed-use development, hotels, restaurants. We have that opportunity here in the city of North Chicago, and I'm so proud of each and every one that has been working on this site. Council, I can't thank you enough, because it's with your support to help make this project move forward. And we will stand again as a team to get it done. Again, thank you guys. I didn't mean to get, but if I don't tell my story, it gets lost. And I don't want it to get lost, because it means too much to me for the city of North Chicago. I may not be here to see all of it get constructed, but it will get started as we continue to move forward. Thank you so much.